guys, it's Caitlin from Caitlin and Jazz Books, and I'm filming my TBR pile today because I thought that might be quite interesting to see the books that I have and have not yet read, and I'm going to say how long I've had them, and yeah, some of them will be like 2 years, so should be interesting. Before I get started, I did get new shelves, as you can tell, so if you want me to do like a shelf tour or something like that, comment something like, I want you to do a shelf tour down below, and then maybe I'll do one for my next video or something. But yeah, if you want to see that, let me know, because they're pretty different to what they were because they're a lot bigger, so, and a lot more spread out, so there's a lot more stuff like this on them. So yeah, let me know if you want to see that. Also have me a Christmas candle lit, so my room is smelling luscious and I'm liking it, and I'm doing this despite Jasmine. She knows what I'm talking about. Christmas candle. Still November, Jasmine. Anyway, my like TBR pile shelf is this shelf down here. So I'm just going to like work my way along it. So the first one being Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows by J.K. Rowling. This has been on my shelf since last Christmas when my mum gave it to me. But seeing as there's 7 of them, I feel like I've done quite well to only have 1 left. And I'm going to finish this. This is my next read. After the Assassin's Blade, by the way, which is my current read. Forgot to do that, oh well. So I will finish this, like, series within a year, which is which is good. I think that's good, yeah. But this is the first thing. And it's at this end of the shelf because these first 3 that I've got are like in the order that I kind of want to read them, and then the other ones are just like shoved on there. So, organisation. Next book on my TBR shelf is A Columnist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas, which hasn't been on for too long. It's been on for a couple of months. I bought it about a month after I read A Court of Thorns and Roses, which was about 3 or 4 months ago, sometime in summer. So it hasn't been on for too long, but this is going to be my next read after. Actually, that's a lie. It's Assassin's Blade, then the last Harry Potter, then I'm going to do Empire of Storms, and then I'm going to do this, because then I've caught up with all my Sarah J. Maas and all my, well, I lie, I won't have caught up with all my J.K. Rowling, but you know, it's fine. But this hasn't been on for too long, and I'm very excited to read this one because I've heard that it's amazing, and Next book on my TBR shelf is Empire of Storms by Sarah J. Maas, which I've only had for less than a month because I bought this early this month. So this one is doing well. This is going to be read within a month or 2 of me buying it. But yeah, this is going to be read soon, and I've heard amazing things about it, and I've heard that it breaks you apart, ruins your life, but it's still the best one yet. And it's her, is it the biggest one? Just about the biggest one. And the back of it is gorgeous. The colouring on this one is probably my favourite, except for, which one was it, which is rose gold? Air of Fire, which is rose gold and green. But because I like the rose gold, hence why actually, like, I've got loads of rose gold stuff in my room anyway. But I wasn't a fan of the green, but this one's like icy blue and dark blue with like fire, so pretty. Anyway, I've strayed off topic. This is on my shelf. Now we're getting into all the ones which I don't have an order that I want to read them. I just like sort of shoved them on because they needed to be somewhere. And the next one is 6 of Crows by Leah Bardugo, which has been on since the end of summer. So not too long actually, and it has this like signed plate in it, which I got from Yalk, and then I figured out that it was a signature, so I stuck it in here. But yeah, I've heard great things about this, and I've heard, what have I heard? It's like Ultimate Squad. That's what I've read that a lot. And I think it's about like a group of people who come together, criminal people I believe, who like band together to do a mission thing, I think. And a lot of people, I think the main character is called Kaz, and a lot of people really like Kaz, so I need to read it. And also the second one came out not too long ago, like last month or early this month, so I need to catch up, basically. Yeah. The next book is The Art of Being Normal by Lisa Williamson, which I've had since last Christmas when my mum gave it to me, and I think I'm going to try and read this if I can before Christmas, because I prefer not to have books for a year, for like a whole year before reading it, because then I feel like, what was the point of me getting it then, if you get what I mean? But this one's also signed, which is another reason to read it. And I've heard great things about this. My friend really likes it. I think it's a transgender story. Someone calling me? No. Good. But yeah, it sounds really good. It looks really good. The cover's really pretty. And it needs to be read. Basically. Next book on my shelf is The Selection by Kira Cass, which I haven't had for too long. I got it, again, summertime. Because I really want to read this series. And I feel like I'm missing out because I haven't read this series. And yeah, it's really pretty, and I believe it's about a contest where a girl called America's Singer is entered to win the prince's heart, basically what it says on the back. But I've heard great things, and a lot of people are really obsessed with this, and a recent one came out last year or early this year. Or like mid this year, I don't really know, but a new one came out sometime, and the covers are all so pretty. I think a purple cover came out. The Siren? Is that a different series? It might be a different series, but The Selection. The next book on my shelf is Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins, which I've had for since the last half term, when I went up to Liverpool to see my friend, and she bought it for me because she wanted me to read it. Did I buy it or did she buy it? I bought it, but she wanted me to read it. Yeah, basically. And I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about this book, because usually with contemporary, if I read it, then I'll have read a lot about it or watched a lot of videos about it and like really want to read it. That's like the cases with We Were Liars and what's it called? Oh my god, what is it called? Give me a second. To All the Boys I've Loved Before. Anyway, but I've heard that they're really good, and apparently the second two aren't as good, so she said just to read the first one because they don't really link up that much. But she'll be really happy when I read this, so sometime next year. This book on my shelf is Wolf by Ryan Graudin. I don't know. This has been on since before summer this year, and I got this because I believe it was a Peruse Utopia book club book of the month, and I bought it within that month, and I was going to read it and be like, yeah guys, I'm part of this book club. Then I didn't read it, so now I'm like half a year behind. Didn't read it in the book club, and it's just sitting there. But this is about, I believe it's about what if the like Germans won the war and what life would be like. Yeah, the Second World War, if Nazis had won that war, what would life be like in Germany? So I think this is really interesting, especially considering the fact that I'm doing GCSE history, which is totally my favourite subject. And yeah, but it'll be interesting to read something like about it, but not about it, if you get what I mean when I'm saying that, because it's like about Germany after the war, but switched. Yeah. I apologise because this video is probably going to be really long. Anyway, the next book is 1,000 Nights by E.K. Johnston, which I got at Yalk, so late summer. And I heard great things about this last year. Was it last year? When did this come out? Okay, I'm just going to have a chat with you. Oh, not last year because, oh no, it could be last year. I'm confused. Anyway, it says it came out 2015. I heard good things when this came out, and I thought the cover was really pretty, and that's probably why I bought it. And it's small, which really makes me happy because small books are my friend. But yeah, this hasn't been on for too long, but I do need to read it because, I don't know, it feels like one of those books which I could just sit down and just like go through really quickly and just enjoy when I wasn't feeling like the massive bricks. Yeah. The next book I actually got at Yalk, so at the same time as the last one, and that's Nerve by Janine Ryan. And I got this because I wanted to read it before the film came out, but guess what? I didn't read it, didn't see the film, so I'm going to read this, then I'm going to find the film. And again, it's small books are my friend. And I believe it's about a girl who plays this like online game or something where you have to do like dares, but it goes really far and she can't like stop it. And I've heard that the film was really good and the book was really good from my friend, so I'm looking forward to reading it. Plus it feels really nice. Like, next book on my shelf I've only had for a month or so, and that's Everything by Nicola Yoon, which I've heard really good stuff about. Apparently there's a really big plot twist at the end. My friend bought this for me, and the film's coming out soon, and it has Amanda Stenberg and Ansel Elgort in it, I think. And I want to read this before the film comes out. And it's really like cool because it's got all of these like small chapters for one thing, and like emails and stuff between the two of them. And I don't know, I might read this pretty soon, like after all of these like high fantasy stuff. I might pick this up because it's a nice like light thing and I've heard amazing things about it, mostly from Jasmine actually, and BookTube in general, so I'm looking forward to reading this. Next 4 books I'm going to do in like one conjoined video because they're like random books which I just found, which I put on there, which I don't know anything about. So the first one is Severed Heads and Broken Hearts by Robin Schneider. Yeah, this was one of my mum's books, which is why it's really wrecked, that she read when I was like 8, and oh no, I read Augustus Waters on the back. Okay, never mind, ignore it. Which she read when I was like 8, and I remember it was in the bathroom, and when I was in the bathroom I picked it up, I read the first like chapter, and he got his head chopped off on a ride. So I didn't read it then, but I might read it now, and the dude's name is Ezra, so that's why I want to read it. And then there's Deadlands by Lily Herney, which I have had for years and years and years. I won this in a library contest. You know when you do like those reading challenge things, where you have to read 6 books over the summer and then they enter you into like, you get like a medal, some stickers, and they enter you into some prize draw. Well, this prize draw was for an iPod and a book goodie bag, and I happened to win it. And this was in it. But obviously when I was like 7 or 8, I did not want to read a book called Deadlands because I was still reading the books like Daisy Star and Jacqueline Wilson's younger stuff, and books like Smuggler's Kiss, Young, Gifted and Dead, all of that stuff. I was reading light-hearted Ali's World anyway. So when I got this, I was like, and it says on the back, Misfits meets the Hunger Games, so I might have to read it. And it's a uncorrected proof copy, not for resale. So it's basically, I don't know what that's called, but it was published in 2011, and that is when I got it, so I've had this for a couple of years. And then the next one is The Two of Us by Andy Jones, which I've only had since the summer when I went on holiday with my friend, and her friend gave this to me after she'd finished it, and I know nothing about it, so I'm going to move on. And then have Hamlet by William Shakespeare, which was given to me by my grandpa like sometime in the summer, and he really wants me to read it, so I want to read it for him. And it's not like as long as you think, because the first half is textual introduction, then it's index, appendix, then it's the tragedy of Hamlet, so it's not actually that long. But yeah, I think I'm going to do in like the same video as well. So the first one is The Story of Shannon Rose by Shannon Rose, who is one of my favourite YouTubers, and she has this like tiny little book out, which I'm really excited for. And it's about her life, and her YouTube channel is basically story times from when she was a child, and she was a really messed up child, but she says that herself, so I can say it's fine. She was in and out of mental hospitals, she did drugs, snuck out of her house all the time, and she's just got a bunch of crazy story times, and I love watching her videos because she makes me laugh so much. So I got this like a couple months ago, and I need to read it, but I just haven't really had time, and my friend wants to read it after me, so I need to hurry up so she can read it. I've said she could have it before me, but she's like, no, you can read it first, and I was like, okay, that might take a while though. The next one is Sarah's Key by Tatiana de Rosnay, who is French, and this was turned into a film which I've seen twice, which is an absolutely amazing film about France and Jews in France during the war when they were sent to camps, and it's really, really very sad because it's basically split between modern time and the war, between a family who's moved into this house where the family during the war who were Jews used to live, and it's really sad because it's basically about being in concentration camps and then the little girl escaping, and just everything that happens to her, and it's really sad. It makes me cry, but I wanted to buy the book after I saw the film the second time. So I got this off of Amazon, and when it came it had this little half-price book sticker up here, which I thought was really cool because we don't have half-price books in England, which means that it's probably sent from America, which was cool. And then the next book I have is Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, which I'm planning to read pretty soon after I finish the Harry Potter series. And I've heard mixed things about it. Oh my god, I'd never noticed that there was a child in there. Anyway, I've heard mixed things about it. Jasmine loved it, a lot of people hate it, a lot of people love it, a lot of people say it just wasn't necessary. From what I've heard, I'm sort of gearing towards the leave it as a play, not print it so people can read it, if you get what I mean, but I haven't read it so I don't know how much I'm going to like it yet. So, yeah. But I think going into it knowing that there's a lot of mixed reactions is good, because it means that if I'm not enjoying it, I won't force myself to enjoy it, because I know that I'm not the only one that doesn't enjoy it, if you get what I mean. Yeah. And then the last book is Silas Marner by George Eliot, which my dad gave me and he wanted me to read it, so I'm going to read it. Basically, no clue what it's about, and it's really tiny and it's really cute, and yeah. That's it for this video. Sorry that it was really long, quite rambly, but I sort of wanted to film this because I find it interesting to see what other people have to read, like have got but haven't read yet, so I thought I'd do the same. And yeah, comment down below if you want me to do a shelf tour, because it it's this bit and then it goes up, and there's quite a lot, and there's quite a lot of trinkets on it and stuff, and it'd be quite interesting to film, and again I like watching those videos, so yeah. So like, comment and subscribe if you want to. Jasmine will see you next week, I think, unless it will be our wrap-ups and TBRs, which mine will be extremely short with a whole 2 books on it. Yeah, but anyway, one of us will see you next week, so bye guys, thanks for watching.